Hey, check it out. Got my Detroit Pistons hat on. Detroit Pistons have been playing pretty well. Oops. And unfortunately, my one of my favorite players on that team, Holland, had an opportunity to make one of the two free throws that he made to win the game. It was kind of a cheap call, to be honest with you, on uh, against Milwaukee. It didn't look like a foul at all. Looked like a good play by Giannis Antetokounmpo, who had a great game. But as it would play out, Milwaukee flat out kicked the Pistons' butt in the overtime game. But hey, they're playing hard. Enough about the Pistons. I am going to make a top five, and I'm making this top five and challenging anybody to take another five that can beat them. And I'm going to give you a sporting chance by leaving off quite a few players that you may pick. So I'm looking for chemistry, I'm looking for speed, and I'm adding a little favorite players to there. But I'm going to just stop the suspense. There's one player named Michael Jordan, like he left off my Isaiah Thomas from the Dream Team. That one over there. I'm leaving him off so you can have him. I've got a neutralizer for him though on my team. I'm starting off with point guard Isaiah Thomas. When you think of point guards, a lot of people think of Magic Johnson as the number one point guard. But for me, 6'1", Isaiah Thomas, who scored 16 points in 94 seconds, has that capability of taking over. He scored 25 points in the third quarter in an NBA Finals game with a bum ankle. Okay, guy's got a lot of guts, and if he has the rest of this team that I have assembled, the dream team may have been entertaining, but they would have been a lot more entertaining had Isaiah Thomas been on there. Shame on everybody that was involved in not having him on that team. I didn't watch the game that those games. I'm sorry, but a a, a bad back Larry Bird, a retired Magic Johnson, John Stockton, and a lot of people don't mention this. There's actually an injury, and they named Clyde Drexler as there was an injury to somebody. I forget who, but Clyde Drexler was added to the team when we thought for sure Isaiah was going to be on there. One thing that I'm disappointed in is that Chuck Daly, who never won a title before or after coaching Isaiah Thomas, didn't have the kahunas enough to say, if Isaiah's not on a team, I can't coach the team. I wish he would have done that. Jack McCloskey, the general manager of the Pistons, was involved in the selection committee, the Olympic committee. When he found out Isaiah was going to be left off, he just said, "I'm out." I like that guy, Jack McCloskey. Um, and I like Chuck Daly. Don't get me wrong, but to me, it was very hard to deal with if you're basketball fan. I mean, Isaiah Thomas. You watch any NBA All Star game, that dude controlled the game. Him and Magic running. Those are the best All Star games ever. And they played really hard defense too. Check those games out. My second, my shooting guard, and this guy's going to give everybody fits along with Isaiah Thomas. This is going to be insane. They could switch. I've got three guys that could be point guard on my team. So the ball handling is going to be incredible. Stephon Curry, aka Steph Curry. Jordan will be somebody else's pick. I got it. But try to Steph Curry is one of the greatest of all time. My small forward is going to be a guy that's going to guard Michael Jordan more than likely if you picked him, and that is Kobe Bryant. My power forward, and this guy guards you in year 22 at 39 years old. I watched his last game, and he was the fastest guy on the court. And there's 19, 20, 21-year-old players on the court. At 6'8", 270 pounds, he can body up against 7'5" guys. He can check Jokic, who's unfortunately not on my list. He would be on my, if I put together a team of 12, and that'd be unfair if I got to pick 12 players and you couldn't pick the same players. That'd be unfair because I would put Jordan on a bench. But is LeBron James. I've never seen anybody pass better than him. And I've seen Isaiah, Magic, Larry Bird. I don't think anybody's passed. And here's what somebody commented on the last game, that was very profound. And I believe it's one of the players that played with him that mentioned this. That when he throws a cross court pass to somebody, he puts such velocity on it and puts it in the perfect spot that you have another second or in another half a second or second to shoot. That gives you plenty of time to get your shot off with comfort. And it's incredible. I mean, he won't even be looking, and he throws it behind the back pass. And this is the last game alone. Left-hand pass without even looking. There's nobody I've ever seen pass better than him. And I mean, I've seen Pete Maravich do some fancy passing it and everything, and in my center, the most unstoppable force as far as an individual player. He once led the league in assists. Matter of fact, and this is Wilt Chamberlain. Shaq, you're not going to run this guy over. You will foul out playing this guy. Which, ironically, Wilt Chamberlain never fouled out in a game. He knew how to play smart and stay on the court. One season, he averaged 48.5 minutes a game. There's nobody in the NBA going to come close to that, not within 3 to 5 minutes ever on that. So I've got Wilt Chamberlain, the most dominant force ever. He had a 50-inch vertical leap at 7'1". Think about that, folks. Going up and down the court, he's pretty fast. You can leave him down and just keep on defense. I got these other guys, LeBron, Kobe. Kobe can get a shot from anywhere on the court. Stephen Curry, same thing. Isaiah, same thing. It'd be very difficult to deal with this team. Let's hear your team. And I'd like to eventually get to a point where I can get online and we have like a mock draft. They actually had something like that not that long ago, a few years ago, with when they had celebrity GMs and all that, and they took turns drafting. It was pretty interesting, actually. But I think I've got a pretty good squad. I can think of another squad after that, give them probably a good run for the money. So let's hear yours. And you guys have a great weekend.